But yeah, we're not going to get this working today because I don't think we have that stuff. Or I'll come back at the end of the video after we've cut away to do some other stuff. But we've got a bunch of other things to get through. Hey, let's get through it. That's what it's going to be. Maybe I'll have it fancied up too when I come back and show how it works. After I make the void, because I want to have to set that whole system up and I want to automate it and da 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 da. Don't got time for that today because we still want to get to another dimension.
Yes. So the top right should be our matter transmitter, and the top bottom should be our matter receiver.
Okay, so these are super pain to craft because I made them super pain to craft because they're very powerful. So yeah, tier 2 and tier 3 processors. Now, if you happen to have an alchemical chest, you can just craft one and then duplicate them because they have EMC. Because at the base of all of computer craft components is basically vanilla materials. So
it's not an alchemical; it's an energy condenser.
Oh, thank you. Correction, if you have an energy condenser, the chest that you make from the alchemical chest. Yeah, you can duplicate these once you craft the first one. And then that's a bunch of other stuff. We'll get to that in a second. Let's craft these. These are the matter receiver and matter transmitter. Well, I made the transmitter first. Now I need to make the receiver. Okay. I want to make sure that I didn't make two of the same thing because that would have been super bad. Because we need one of each. Let's go with what the rest of this is up here. This is actually... Did I make it that easy? I guess I did because without the receiver, the next thing that we're going to make would be useless. Which is the personal... Was it personal? No, it's called something else.
It's just a porter, a personal porter, and an advanced porter.
Porter. That's the word I was looking for, which is right. I never can find it there. Well, we just looked for porter. Oh, there it is. That thing. Weird thing that looks like a sphere. So we want to do that. Actually, we want to do as many of those as we can. We're going to make 2 of those. And then you wanted to convert it to the advanced?
Yes.
You go ahead and make them advanced. So the porter by itself would just be one destination. The advanced one allows additional destinations. By holding shift click, you can see that I can set several targets. So now that if we have multiple receivers to set, we can set them. So, but we only got the one right now. And we're just going to put this down as a temporary location here in a second.
Yep.
But we need a bunch of other stuff. We need a bunch of other stuff, actually.
Well, to get that working, you need one more thing, and it's your dialing device, which is the bottom top left.
Okay. I really need some power on my tools. So there. Power up everything. The dialing device, bottom left.
Top left.
Top left.
Bottom chest.
Oh yeah, this is the hard recipe. So this is the other thing that makes us be able to get to other dimensions. So I made this very hard to make. So this dialing device requires the dialing device from Ender.io. Machine frames, you know that those are hard. And component bus, that's actually not too bad. The tier 1 component bus isn't too bad. When you start talking about the other tiers of component bus, pretty expensive. But okay, so we're done with that. We got a dialing device. That's not going to help us though until we can actually realize a new dimension. So we're going to need all this other stuff in here.
Just the top 2.
Just the top 2?
Just the top 2.
Oh yeah, because these 2 are recipes that are absolutely unnecessary. We may actually make them, but not sure. We don't need them. They are the destination analyzer and the booster.
Yes.
So that's going to be towards the end of the list. We could find our dimension inscriber. Gonna have to have one of those. That's actually what's gonna write our worlds and our dimension builder. Now this is what actually creates the world once we've written our description of the world. Now there's one more thing we're going to need is this dimlet workbench. So
Yeah, and if you come over here.
Oh, no, that's future stuff. Dimlet workbench. Now, we were fortunate enough to get a dimlet base part. This is not craftable. This is drop only, or you can get it once you have a workbench. But you'll find this like either in a treasure, or you can open those. Hang on, I got them down. I got them over here, I think. Dimlet things.
Dimlet parcel.
Dimlet parcel. Let me grab one of those just to kind of demonstrate what they are and what they do. So here we go. We actually got a couple other parts over here. We're going to probably move those into specific storage. But these dimlet parcels drop from Enderman, and you can also occasionally find them in treasure chests and dungeons. But when you open one of these, there we go. We've got a bunch of various things. We got dimlet control circuitry, rarities, things. This we didn't get a base part from that particular one, but if we opened enough of them, I'm sure we would. I'm going to toss those in there for later. We might use some of that stuff. But grab that, and we can look up our dimlet work table. Dimlet. Where's it at? Oh, that's another one we need. No, that's not the one we need. I thought it said dimlet extractor for a second. It says energy extractor. I'm like, yeah, we need to. Why can't I make that? Am I missing something? Machine frame. Doesn't want to shift click that in, or I got something
It will
wrong.
not. You have to actually pull the parts.
Will not actually. Okay.
It's because of the dimlet base.
Oh well, it would help if I open my crafting bench instead of just my regular inventory. There we go. Now we got everything we need. And this stuff right here is just the recipes for the final two things we're going to have.
Yep, one's an empty dimension. And the most important thing that we need is the no effect dimlet.
Yes. Dimension tablet right here. Empty dimension tablet. Yeah, and we don't want our first dimension to have some kind of crazy killing effect where we go in and we choke to death or something like that. So we want no effect. Ooh. Effect dimlet right here, which is craftable. It's actually not that hard to craft. I would highly recommend using this on your very first dimension, because your very first dimension, ooh, string theory complete. Did I do a bunch of things out of order? Probably. Let me check. That would be me to have done my own quests out of order. Because
And you did.
I did. Did you supposed to do that, which I did, which I can select. Well, obviously I'm going to take the dimensional shards because we need to craft some other stuff later.
Good, I'm going to take the time absorber because we need to absorb time.
Oh, don't do that. They're easy to craft.
Okay.
That's the red herring. That's the red herring. Don't take that. I'm giving it away. Oh.
But you did do it out of order, though.
I was supposed to make the tablet first and then craft all this stuff. But that's okay. We will go back and complete all these. No. It won't do it. So yeah, word of the wise, make sure you craft those in order if you want to make sure you get all the quests. If you don't, you can just use the BQ admin complete and then the number of the quest, which there's actually several there that we'll need to do that with if we want to do that, because we need to do our Chevron 7 encoded, matter transmitter, we did that one, matter receiver, recall device, we just did that one, and tinkering with fate, we just did that one too. Those are the ones that we really needed to complete. And then crystal efficiency, these you have to actually turn in 8 crystals and we'll get 16 back, but I only got 4, so let's set this up. And let me put these away because I'm not gonna get to that right in this segment. If I do, that'll be like right at the end, and I'll come back after I've gotten the fluid for the Ender IO teleport thing worked out. But we got these. We need to set these up with power. We need to, let me just temporary these. Grab some conduit. Plenty of that. And I will just kind of, no, run this out this way a little bit. So
okay, well that's quite interesting. I chose the dimensional shards, but they're not in my pack.
Did you hit claim?
Yes, it's green. The quest is green now. I can't reclaim.
Weird. You sure? I don't know.
I'm positive.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's put our builder down. We need that. Dialing device can be down here. Of course, we're actually going to need to, let's do this and put our receiver and dialer. Again, this is all temporary placement there. We'll need our dimensional inscriber, and that was the builder. Yeah, the inscriber doesn't need power. The inscriber does not need power. This is where we go ahead and put our empty dimension tablet that we crafted earlier. And then I'm only going to put this dimlet in there. Now, normally you would put a bunch of dimlets in here. There's all kinds of crazy dimlets you can do. There's tutorials out there on how to build and assemble these. But this is actually pretty good because it'll tell you if there's something wrong with the combination of dimlets that you're trying to use. And the way that the whole dimlet stuff works now is you really have to have this this table right here, which does require power, and this is where you can extract dimlets, and you can also build dimlets. So if we look over here, this is how I'm going to get all the dimlets that I want to do. I'm going to build them right here, and I'm going to use those parts that I got from my dimlet parcel, so I can use those in here. So if I had parts like say I wanted a bamboo forest dimlet, well, and then it shows me what I need. But I'm also gonna have to get like absorbers and things like that to do all that, and that's probably a whole like episode by itself, talking about how to build dimlets. So we're not gonna worry about that today. We're just gonna show you how to build the most basic random dimension that's not gonna kill you by using the effect dimlet right here. Now that we got that, we can hit store, and then it's a realized dimension. Now, realized dimension is not actually a dimension that's been created yet. It's a dimension that's been described. So what we need to do here, and it gives us some information about it, which is going to be good. It's only 200 ticks, 200 a tick. Tick cost 200 ticks. Oh no, it's only 10 RF a tick to maintain this dimension once we create it. We're going to go ahead and create it. And it's going to cost 120 RF per tick during creation. It's really not going to take very long. Dimension progress. And I didn't name it or anything because I don't want it really named. I just want it to be random. And you can see where it says name dimension ID 2. Perfect. And it's feeding power into that dimension. You can see it's sucking up power. Current power maintenance cost is actually 30 RF a tick. Specified 10 RF a tick. I don't know what that means. Oh, maybe it's 30 total. Maybe it was 20 base and then 10 for the additional specification that we put in there. But now we come over to our dialing device. We will have information here. I should have opened this before I made a dimlet, because if we would have seen it before, there would have only been overworld. And this right here. So we can, with this, dial from right here, basically this receiver, matter transmitter. What we name these?
Word of advice before you go. Might want to set your porter.
Yes. Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Thank you for mentioning it though. And lab. I'm gonna name them both land labs so that they're easy to locate. So let's do what he said. So there's a receiver. To set a porter, you just right click. There we go. Now it is set to, and if I shift right click in the area, you can see the land lab. It is what is currently set, and if I right click, I will get teleported to that teleporter, no matter how far away I am. So, you know, even if I was like over here, I'll get teleported back up to that receiver. Even if I was in another dimension. Which is great. So now I don't have to worry about getting trapped anywhere. I can always teleport back to my base. That's like great in for many aspects. I mean, you wouldn't even need the matter transmitter. Just having a receiver and keeping it powered and one of these charged porters is just awesome. Just to come back to your base, if nothing else. But we want to go someplace new. So let's teleport from Land Lab to ID2, and we're going to dial it. Now, if we hit the dial once, it would only send one person, but we're just going to dial it and we're going to leave it open. So there it is. So as soon as we step onto that, we should get teleported over to this new realized dimension, which, remember, we got to keep the tablet in here, and you can see it's still feeding it massive amounts of power. That's going to keep on feeding in power from our system. It's fine, we got plenty of ender pearls. Opening that while it's running is kind of hard. So let's go to our new dimension. You gotta stand on there for a second. Oh boy, what did we get? Sand? Sand and void. Oh, no, there's something. Something's loading in. We're loading in something. Alright. This isn't so bad. This isn't so terrible. Hey, quest complete. Alternative reality.
Not enough power to start the teleport.
Well, you'll have to wait for it to charge up a little bit. Take the tablet out of there. Take the... I mean, it's got... Wow. Ooh, there's a village right there. Village, and this is a really cool dimension. Not too bad. Not too bad for Dimension 2. So this isn't... Oh, what is over? Pyramid. Big old pyramid in the side of the hill here. Oh, wow, that... So many cool things to look at! I wish you could join us. What is... That is, like... That is so cool. What is that? It's like a crazy... vein of material flying through the air and stuff. All kinds of neat stuff over here.
We're outputting more than we're creating, so it's not charging everything. It's only keeping that world alive.
Take the tablet out. It has plenty of energy in it. It doesn't need to suck up like all of our power. It'll stay active for quite a while. Because it's only using 30 RF a tick. You can now take that tablet out, put it in a chest. It'll stop absorbing power, and it'll just start using the power that is already absorbed. We got no worries over here. I mean, what are these guys? What is this guy?
Whoa!
Whoa! Uh-oh. We might have just crashed the server.
Maybe I shouldn't have took it out.
Okay, don't know what crashed at that moment, but and apparently it happened right when Dornell took the tablet out of the thing. We'll see. We'll see if it crashes when he gets back and logs back in. He took a quick AFK. But I can continue looking around this dimension. I probably could get out of this dimension if I wanted to. But I kind of want to look around again a little bit more because there's something I need to find before I leave here. Oh, what is that? There's spheres too. What is this sphere over here? Sphere of brick. Sandstone spheres. Is that... What is that? A sphere of logs? Crazy stuff. But yeah, it's at least it's an interesting dimension. It's not super deadly. But I want to find a little structure that spawns that's RFtools specific. And hopefully they're here. Because it can spawn with a dimension could spawn without them. It's possible.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Nope, there's one. There's one right there. That's what I was looking for before I leave this place, is I wanted to find one of these little buildings. So in RFtool dimensions, pretty much most RFtool dimensions, you will find these little buildings. And this is a great place, let's get inside, to find more dimlets. And you might find a couple of complete dimlets on the wall. Like, here we go. That's a complete dimlet. Oh no, that's a circuit. Is that also... That's also a part. But that one right there, that's a completed... Nope, that's a mob type thing. Never mind. Well, sometimes you have a chance. There's a completed one. Right there. Liquid dimlet water. I guess it's in the chest. Or maybe it's both. Maybe there's a chance to find them in both. But you can find some complete dimlets, and you can find dimlet parts in these little buildings. And that's probably a great way to increase the number of dimlet options that you have and parts that you have. Is to come into your first created dimension and just look around for those and loot them as you find them. Oh, that's a cool cliffside village. Look at that. That's awesome. Village inside of it. Oh, look at it's crazy awesome over here. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this first dimension. I think the other guys on the server will be happy when they come to the first dimension to complete their quest, because this is the dimension you have to visit to complete your quest.
Here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to put the dimension builder after the teleport pads.
Oh, okay. Oh, and the power thing?
Yeah. Because now it's wanting to charge up that before it'll let anyone go. I've got the dimlet down in the virtual world down in the alchemical chest.
Okay. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, and your cobbled together system might not handle going across very well anyway. But yeah, we are definitely going to be using a bunch of power. So I'm going to go hang out at the mob spawner to create some more ender pearls. And I think we're going to wrap this episode up. Next episode, I'm going to come back and do a bunch of bee stuff. Bee stuff. But like right after this, what we'll do actually, let's do the wrap up, because we're gonna go. I'll show you the video that I'm gonna record later of how the Ender IO teleporter works. But Dornell and I are gonna say goodbye for now, because we will catch you later.
See y'all on the flip.